Hello and welcome to day 22 of Pondering the Proverbs. I'm your host, Pastor Beata, and I'm glad you've decided to join us once again as we continue our journey through the book of Proverbs. In the Bible, names often have a great deal of meaning. In fact, names often give the biggest clues to who a person is or why they're important, especially in the Old Testament. What does your name mean? Is it something that you claim for yourself or just a string of words? A reading from the book of Proverbs, chapter 22. A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, and favor is better than silver or gold. The rich and the poor have this in common: the Lord is the maker of them all. The clever see danger and hide, but the simple go on and suffer for it. The reward for humility and fear of the Lord is riches and honor and life. Thorns and snares are in the way of the perverse. The cautious will keep far from them. Train children in the right way, and when old, they will not stray. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is the slave of the lender. Whoever sows injustice will reap calamity, and the rod of anger will fail. Those who are generous are blessed, for they share their bread with the poor. Drive out a scoffer, and strife goes out. Quarreling and abuse will cease. Those who love a pure heart and are gracious in speech will have the king as a friend. The eyes of the Lord keep watch over knowledge, but he overthrows the words of the faithless. The lazy person says, "There is a lion outside. I shall be killed in the streets." The mouth of a loose woman is a deep pit. He with whom the Lord is angry falls into it. Folly is bound up in the heart of a boy, but the rod of discipline drives it far away. Oppressing the poor in order to enrich oneself and giving to the rich will lead only to loss. The words of the wise. Incline your ear and hear my words, and apply your mind to my teaching, for it will be pleasant if you keep them within you, if all of them are ready on your lips. So that your trust may be in the Lord, I have made them known to you today. Yes, to you. Have I not written for you 30 sayings of admonition and knowledge, to show you what is right and true, so that you may give a true answer to those who sent you? Do not rob the poor because they are poor, or crush the afflicted at the gate, for the Lord pleads their cause, and despoils of life those who despoil them. Make no friends with those given to anger, and do not associate with hotheads, or you may learn their ways and entangle yourself in a snare. Do not be one of those who give pledges, who become surety for debts. If you have nothing with which to pay, why should your bed be taken from under you? Do not remove the ancient landmark that your ancestors set up. Do you see those who are skillful in their work? They will serve kings. They will not serve common people. Holy wisdom, holy word. Common sense tells us that it is good to be the king, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. So perhaps it is better to be the friend of the king? Which of the Proverbs from this chapter was your favorite? Which one did you like best? There was once a period in history where the only way to communicate with someone was to know where they were in the first place. You would send a letter to the last known address, And if they weren't there, then your letter just never got delivered. With the advent of phones and radio telecommunication, we got the question, where are you? It was a new question at the time, and the only reason you would need to ask it is if you were able to communicate with someone without knowing where they were in the first place. The author indicates that someone has sent the person to whom all of this wisdom is addressed. Who is the author talking about? Who did the sending? At first glance, it's easy for me to say that some of our wisdom today is possibly the worst wisdom you could ever give to someone. Do not remove the ancient landmarks that your ancestors set up. What if they're wrong? What if they send people in the wrong direction? What if Oh, I see. When they talk about landmarks, are they talking about wayposts and guides, something that would be vital for life in the desert? Or are they talking about monuments and temples? What are things in your life that your ancestors built that would be difficult for you to tear down? The Bible tells us, do not be friends with hotheads. I happen to think that most people get angry sometimes. There are things that irk all of us and make us lose our cool. How do you keep from being a hothead? How do you stay calm when things are complicated around you? How does God help you keep your peace? But God overthrows the words of the faithless. How do you take action with your faith? What do you do on a daily basis to express your faith? Does God's wisdom play a role in this? What will you do next? Please join me in a closing prayer. Oh God, thank you for the wisdom that you share with us in the book of Proverbs. Thank you for the sayings of the wise, which teach us about friendship. May we be good friends, loyal and honest to all. Amen. Thank you so much for tuning in once again for Pondering the Proverbs. This has been chapter 22 of the book of Proverbs. If you enjoyed this particular video, please be sure and give it a like, leave us a comment down below, share the video if you're able, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And as ever, God be with you until we meet again. Go in peace. Bye-bye.